This is Nightline.
Tonight, Oprah Winfrey and the revolution.
Every woman will experience menopause, but when it happens, will you be prepared?
Normalizing the previously taboo subject.
Oh my God. I wish that my mother, my aunts, Maya Angelou, anybody had a conversation with me about what was to come.
An army of celebrities joining the cause and sharing their own personal stories.
We were getting down to business, and I remembered that I had my estrogen patch on.
And what even women in their 30s need to know. Plus, Ruby Franke, a stunning new twist in the case of the YouTube sensation turned convicted child abuser.
I'm Jody Hildebrandt, and I'm Ruby Franke.
Her co-defendant challenging her conviction. Why some are calling this a Hail Mary attempt. And Stranger Things star Finn Wolfhard.
She looks
pretty. Good. You look pretty good.
Becoming a household name at just 13. Now making his directorial debut at 22. Comedy slasher flick, Hell of a Summer.
What is happening right now?
a killer on the loose.
What?
Hello?
What he would tell his younger self.
What advice would you give that 12-year-old Finn, knowing what you know now?
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. We begin tonight with the subject that for millions of women is often shrouded in darkness, menopause. But now media mogul Oprah Winfrey, together with big-name celebrities, are sharing their personal journeys to bring this taboo subject into the light. Here's ABC's Kenna Whitworth.
Every woman will experience menopause, but when it happens, will you be prepared?
Oprah Winfrey is ready to start a revolution about menopause.
For 2 years straight, y'all, I did not sleep. One time, my heart rate was 212 beats per minute. And I had been to 3 different doctors at that point. And nobody ever once said, this is a symptom of menopause.
We bring you today.
Oprah has dedicated much of her career to normalizing conversations about taboo topics no one else would touch and getting America to listen.
Today!
From weight loss and sexual assault.
There really is no darker secret.
To AIDS and homophobia.
So did you tell your family you had AIDS?
Yes, I did.
Perimenopause begins when
Oprah is now turning her focus to women, aging, and the stigma of menopause, with a long list of surprising symptoms that can impact your brain, even your heart.
We were getting down to business, and I remembered that I had my estrogen patch on.
And she's doing it with some of Hollywood's biggest stars.
we need a radical reshift about women's aging.
Yes.
Right, in this culture.
The reason why I wanted to have this conversation, my friend Maria Shriver and I started talking about how there was no information for us and how we should do something to let women know that this was going on with their bodies. What has been the thing that actually has surprised you most about this phase in your life?
Nobody brought it up to me ever. I thought I was gonna skip it.
Halle Berry is a Hollywood sex symbol. Her resume includes Catwoman, Storm in the X-Men, and even a Bond girl. Now, at 58 years old, she's an advocate for menopause awareness, launching Respin, a platform that provides information and resources. She started Respin because she says a doctor first misdiagnosed her menopause symptoms as herpes.
Something happens to you emotionally too, does it not?
For me, I had no concern about what anybody thought anymore. And there was a liberation that came with that, right?
Yeah.
And a liberation when I figured out that I was in perimenopause, and I knew that I didn't have to stay stuck in this very scary, very alone, rageful place. Then I felt the power. I said, wow, I feel like I'm the best me I've ever been.
Likewise, Naomi Watts, the Oscar-nominated actress known for her roles in King Kong, Mulholland Drive, and The Impossible, was only in her 30s when she started experiencing symptoms.
At 36, when I was trying to start a family and not getting pregnant, I asked my doctor what was going on. He took some blood work, and the results came back and suggested that I was, quote unquote, close to menopause.
Watts started the wellness brand Stripes Beauty, which offers products specifically designed for menopause.
Menopause hotline.
The whole focus comes at a time when menopause is having a real moment, with celebrities like Gwyneth Paltrow and Drew Barrymore opening up publicly and sharing their own symptoms.
And I think I'm having my first hot flash.
I can feel the hormonal shifts happening, the sweating, the moods. I think menopause gets a really bad rap and needs a bit of a rebranding.
Comedians like Chelsea Handler trading jokes for advice.
This is a part of your life. This isn't the end of your life, and there is more to be excited about after you're done with menopause, and quite possibly during the whole process of menopause.
And the ladies of The View talking on this literal hot topic.
I'll never be done. I'm one of those people that still has them. I'll be in a casket getting a hot flash.
It's been something that has been really hush-hush, very taboo, something not talked about, something really wrapped up in ageism, which is a really sad thing. There's still so many women out there that need help. 1 billion women globally are in menopause this year.
Roughly half the human population will go into menopause during their lifetime, when the natural decline of reproductive hormones can drastically impact both physical and mental health. Understanding how the process happens also means empowering women to advocate for themselves.
The key is catching it before you get to the point where you're like in a crisis. There are treatments available now.
What is maybe the one thing you learned that you wish you had known?
Oh my God. I wish that my mother, my aunts, Maya Angelou, anybody had had a conversation with me about what was to come. I also wish that I had known that it affected every cell in the body. And I wish I'd known that it was a major brain thing. The first time you have any of the symptoms, that's when you need to go find a doctor who will listen to you, hear you, and take action for you.
Journalist Tamsin Fadal learned just how debilitating menopause symptoms can be in the most public way possible.
I was doing my job, anchoring the news. We were in a commercial break, and I felt this intense heat flare up from the inside. I felt my heart racing out of control where I could hear it in my ears. And I thought, I'm going to fall over. And that's when I went in search of some answers. And I got that note in my patient portal from my doctor that told me I was in menopause. And it just had those 4 words: in menopause, any questions?
Yep, she had questions, and realizing there was so little information out there prompted her to go find some answers and write a book about it.
I didn't know all the symptoms I'd been going through for years before were perimenopause, because we never had that word. And so I had had heavy cycles. I had had a lot of stress. I had really dark days, sleepless nights, gaining weight, all these hallmark symptoms of perimenopause that no one had ever told me about.
Dr. Jennifer Berman is an expert in menopause and sexual health.
The lack of sleep, the moodiness, the fatigue, the joint pain, the low libido, all of that can be hormonally related.
Doctors explain that menopause actually starts with perimenopause, when the hormones start to fluctuate that can create a host of symptoms.
For a long time, not only was menopause put a bit on the back burner, but certainly perimenopause. Absolutely overlooked.
Overlooked, neglected, ignored, and in my opinion, mismanaged. Women were treated for depression and anxiety and put on Prozac or an antidepressant instead of hormones. And so by the time women are in their mid to late 40s, early 50s, they're fat, tired, irritable, moody, jacked up on, Adderall, diet pills, mood stabilizers. Not addressing these symptoms in the perimenopause is, in my opinion, a public health risk and concern.
She says not enough doctors are trained in treating menopause.
Women deserve to live happier, healthier, vital, sexually fulfilled lives into our 70s and 80s, just like men are.
You give me a very optimistic sense here that women can have it all.
They can. We're close. We're getting there. It starts with awareness.
With this special, Oprah is hoping to empower other women to advocate for themselves so they can get the best treatment that works the best for them.
Just from the conversations I heard from the doctors in the audience and after this, the revolution has started. You have started the revolution.
The revolution has started.
The conversations will be different from here on out.
I do hope so. I've been talking about it since I was 48 and I'm now 71. Every woman needs to decide for herself what works for her. But what I really want people to know is that you don't have to suffer through it.
Our thanks to Kana. And you can watch an Oprah Winfrey special, The Menopause Revolution, streaming tomorrow on Hulu and Disney+. Coming up, Ruby Franke. Why is her co-defendant back in court challenging her conviction? Plus, Stranger Things star Finn Wolfhard is adding a new title to his already impressive resume, director. Welcome back. Ruby Franke's former friend and therapist, Jodi Hildebrandt, hoping to have another day in court, challenging her felony child abuse conviction, calling her attorney ineffective and her plea deal unlawful. But some are calling this a Hail Mary attempt. Here's ABC's Eva Pilgrim.
I'm only going to say it one more time, and then you're going to lose the privilege to eat dinner.
A new twist in the case involving former popular momfluencer turned convicted child abuser Ruby Franke.
I'm Jodi Hildebrandt. And I'm Ruby Franke.
Franke's co-defendant, Jodi Hildebrandt, now challenging her own conviction after she pleaded guilty to abusing Franke's youngest 2 children.
Guilty, guilty, guilty.
In a new court filing, the disgraced therapist alleging in part that she did not understand her rights when she entered a guilty plea, saying she had ineffective counsel and was denied due process. Hildebrandt also claiming there was prosecutorial misconduct.
We weren't expecting this from Jodi, but I can't say that we're super surprised either. I'm super confident that the entry of her plea will hold up and that she won't be able to show that she knowingly and voluntarily didn't enter it.
Hildebrandt was once the family therapist for the Frankes.
I mean, Ruby clearly would, smack us, flick our lips, whatever. I think Jodi brought out the worst in her, and that's how it got to, where it's ended up.
The Frankes shot to YouTube fame with more than 2 million subscribers.
It is, it's mine.
Now, Ruby's family playing a major role in getting a new law passed in Utah, which adds protections for child influencers. The legislation gives adults a way to scrub anything posted when they were children, and it also requires parents to set aside earnings for those children featured online.
I do think that family vlogging and family content is unethical.
The unsettling dark side of family vlogging on full display in the Hulu documentary Devil in the Family, The Fall of Ruby Franke.
Be excited to tell them where your name came from, even if you have to fake it.
Chad, Ruby's oldest son, telling us exclusively what started as a fun side project turned into pressure once sponsors were involved.
I eventually want to have a family, and I've learned from my mom's mistakes. We're shutting off social media, we're shutting off the cameras. I'm not going to be using any kid as an employee.
Our thanks to Eva. We turn now to Finn Wolfhard, star of one of the world's most popular shows, Stranger Things. He sat down earlier today with Nightline's Ashin Singh to discuss his new movie, Hell of a Summer, which he wrote, directed, and produced. He also opened up about his other passion, music.
Finn Wolfhard, thank you so much for making the time, man.
Of course. Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Congratulations on the new film coming up. But first, we've got to ask you about Stranger Things.
Yeah, of course.
Because this show debuted when you were just 13 years old.
She looks pretty. Good. You look pretty good.
At that time, did you know how big that role would be for your career? Did you know that Stranger Things was going to get so big?
Not at all. I think I had an idea of when I was probably 12 or 13. I had a very baseline level of the success I could maybe have. It'll be a very cult thing and people like it. That was the highest I ever thought it would be. Yeah, and then it just blew up overnight basically.
It completely exploded. Now it's entering its 5th and final season. Anything that the fans can know as this saga kind of comes to an end?
I think fans will be really excited because we get sort of back to the heart of these characters and why we fell in love with these characters in the first place. I'm excited to have scenes with the original 4. And so I think it gives a pretty lovely send-off to them.
And Finn, we've seen you in films like It Chapter 2, Saturday Night, and now you've got a film of your own, your feature-length directorial debut, Hell of a Summer. Let's take a look at a clip.
He's the killer. I'm not. R2!
Get off of him!
You're the one who took our phones. Yeah, it's camp policy.
And you're the one that found Debbie's body.
Yeah, that was a coincidence. And you're 45 and you still go to summer camp.
Yeah!
I'm only 24. Say it for the jury.
Get off of him!
Claire, enough. He clearly hates himself, so he snapped and started killing off the hottest counselors. Wait, what? Time out. We don't know that. That's subjective. No, we do. It's obvious.
A comedy slasher that takes place at a summer camp. How did this project come to be? Because you co-directed it, you co-wrote it.
Yeah.
It's your first feature length, right?
Yeah. It was my dream ever since I was like very, very little to direct. And I was a big horror fan growing up and had also seen a lot of horror movies being made just by me being an actor in them. And so it kind of just felt like a natural genre to try to tackle for a first film.
You said you always wanted to direct, but you actually acted first.
Totally.
In this film, you're wearing both hats. What was it like working both behind the camera and in front of the camera, and do you want to do that again?
I felt like it streamlined actually a lot of communication between directing actors. But at the same time, the challenge also is having to juggle 50 billion things at once and have to give a good performance.
Totally.
It was an interesting experience, for sure, but I would do it again in a heartbeat, for sure.
You've had such a prolific career at such a young age, at the age of 22. You ever feel like you had to grow up fast?
If you're a child actor, no matter what, even if you have like the most supportive parents, the most supportive family, which I was lucky enough to have, there are things sometimes that like you miss developmentally, like you miss certain school milestones that are weirdly just like very integral to growing up. Yeah, I mean, there's things that I feel like I have grown up in a lot of ways faster than a lot of people my age, but also at the same time, I also feel kind of like eternally 12 years old, which I'm honestly kind of at peace with.
Finn, if you could go back to the night before you got that phone call saying that you were going to be Mike in Stranger Things, what advice would you give that 12-year-old Finn, knowing what you know now?
Make the time to be like a normal kid. And I feel like I, did to the best of my ability at that time. And just to stop for a second or take a break or whatever, I think those things are really important for children.
I can't let you go without asking about your music. Now you're about to make your solo debut. What role has music played in your life?
When I was like a little kid, which was escapism, if I was ever feeling sad or upset about something, like music was definitely my place where I would go and listen to and be able to fantasize about either playing music or the way that the song is written and how it made me feel.
Then I gotta figure out how you've got the time to do it all, man. But I appreciate you coming in and making the time for us. Thanks you so much. You can catch Hell of a Summer in theaters starting this Friday.
Our thanks to Asha. Coming up, remembering the king of the miniseries, Richard Chamberlain, appearing in shows like Shogun in 1980. And finally tonight, remembering actor Richard Chamberlain. He first rose to fame as the dashing Dr. Kildare, earning heartthrob status.
Oh, doctor.
In a career that spanned decades, he moved with ease between television, movies, and stage. He was known as the king of the miniseries, the 1983's The Thornbirds, in which he starred as a priest tormented by his forbidden love for a woman, cemented his legend.
If only I could make you understand what being a priest means to me.
More than 130 million viewers tuned in to watch. Richard Chamberlain died just 2 days shy of his 91st birthday. And that's Nightline for this evening. Catch our full episodes on Hulu. We'll see you right back here same time tomorrow. Thanks for the company, America. Good night.